We'll see what happens with Iran. If they do anything, it will be a very bad mistake. If they do anything, I'm hearing little stories about Iran. If they do anything, they will suffer greatly. We'll see what happens with Iran.
Mr. President, will you meet with President Xi directly at G20?
I'll meet with him directly, yes. I'll be meeting with President Xi of China, yes.
What about President Putin? Will you also meet with him?
Yes, I will be meeting with President Putin also.
On Russia, Secretary Pompeo was heading there. What message do you have for him to send to Putin?
I think the message is that there has never been anybody that's been so tough on Russia, but at the same time, we're going to end up getting along with Russia. It makes sense to get along with Russia. Nobody sanctioned Russia like I have. Nobody's talked about the pipeline going to Germany and various other places like I have. I said it's very unfair, having to do with the United States and NATO. There's been nobody that's ever done. And if you really look at something big, our energy business, we're now the biggest in the world. We're bigger than Russia. We're bigger than Saudi Arabia. We're bigger than anybody. That all happened since I've become president, because I've made it so that you can do that. And we're taking in a lot of money. Look, our country is doing really well. We've probably never done this well before, and it's going to continue. We have tremendous signs. As far as the deal with China is concerned, believe it or not, it's very important, but it's a very, very small part of the kind of numbers that we're doing right now since my election.
Well, you've done the $325 billion in tariffs, the additional tariffs. Are you going to pursue?
I haven't made that decision yet. We have the right to do another $325 billion at 25% in additional tariffs. That is a tremendous amount of money that would come into our country. I have not made that decision yet.
Should Don McGahn be held in contempt of Congress?
I don't know anything about what's going on. I can tell you that there has never been anybody so transparent as the Trump administration. And it was no collusion and no obstruction. And we're wasting a lot of time with that stuff. But the Mueller report came out. It was a very good report for us.
Mr. President, are you concerned about Democratic backsliding in Hungary under this Prime Minister?
Well, people have a lot of respect for this Prime Minister. He's a respected man. And I know he's a tough man, but he's a respected man. And he's done the right thing, according to many people, on immigration. And you look at some of the problems that they have in Europe that are tremendous because they've done it a different way than the Prime Minister. But I'll let him speak to that question. Mr. Prime Minister, please.
From the people, by the people, for the people. This is the basis for the Hungarian government. So it's a government which is elected by the Hungarian people several times, so we are happy to serve our nation.
What about democratic reforms, sir?
We have a new constitution accepted in 2011 and it's functioning well.
Mr. President, you talk
Don't forget they're a member of NATO, and a very good member of NATO. And I don't think we can really go into too much of a discussion unless that's mentioned. Yeah.
You talked about transparency, sir. If you're so transparent, why continue to block these House Democrats who are looking for information?
Because they're asking for things that they're not entitled to. I could ask them, I assume, if they ask me, I could ask them for the same kind of thing. They wouldn't want to do it. All they're doing is trying to win an election in 2020, and I think we're in very good shape. We have the strongest economy we've ever had. We have the single best employment numbers we've ever had, and unemployment numbers. You know, it's very interesting, but Mr. Prime Minister, as of today, we have the most number of people working in the United States that we have ever had at any time in the history of our country. Almost 160 million people are working. So that's a big number. I just saw the final number. We're close to 160 million people. If you look at African American, Asian, Hispanic unemployment, it's the lowest number it's ever been. So we're doing really well, and all the Democrats want to do is find any way they can to stop it. They're putting their own personal goals ahead of the country, and you can't do that. You just can't do that. And we have a wonderful Attorney General. He's done a very, very good job, and I'm sure it'll all work out.
On your campaign, sir, will you commit to not using any information stolen from a foreign adversary? Will you make that commitment?
Well, I never did use, as you probably know. That's what the Mueller report was all about. They said no collusion, and I would certainly agree to that. I don't need it. All I need is the opponents that I'm looking at. I'm liking what I see.
Mr. President, are you concerned about the attacks on oil tankers in the Middle East?
We'll see what happens. It's going to be a bad problem for Iran if something happens, I can tell you that. They're not going to be happy. They are not going to be happy people.
What do you
Okay?
mean by that?
You can figure it out yourself. They know what I mean by it. Okay, does anybody else have a question other than these two? Any questions for the Are there any questions for the Prime Minister, please?
Mr. President, what can you tell us about this American citizen that was rescued by the French in Africa?
Yes, the French did a great job. The French did a great job, and we appreciate it very much, and I've already communicated that feeling. We worked with them on intelligence, and we were able to get that person back, and we thank the French very much. Great job.
What was she doing?
I don't want to tell you that now. I'll tell you at some later date, I'm sure. Okay?
The farmer aid package, sir, the $15 billion, can you elaborate on what that looks like, where that's coming from?
Well, it's being devised right now. It's something that has taken place over the years, and if you would like, speak to Sonny Perdue, Department of Agriculture. We love our farmers. We take care of our farmers. Our farmers have been incredible. No country can get in the way of our farmers. Our farmers are great patriots, and they've done a fantastic job. So our farmers are going to be very well taken care of. Thank you all very much. Thank you.